Hey, today we have Aloha, Iris and Aloha wedding adventure. Yay. Let's see if Justin's inference is right when we said, and I want to see Justin's face. Can we see your face, Justin? Yay, good job. Look, they're all looking at Justin in the picture. Oh, Justin, look at, oh my God, Justin destroyed our wedding. All right, we are going to read Iris and the Aloha wedding adventure, chapter 9, page 47. Are you ready, Justin? Do you have Epic open? Good, because I'm going to ask you questions as we read. Are you ready? Chapter 9. The girls woke to warm sunshine streaming through Hannah's bedroom window and loud noises outside. From their beds, they could hear people shouting and stomping heavily around the house. What's going on? Asked Iris. Maybe it's a menehune, said Hannah. They leaped out of bed and ran to the window. Iris expected to catch a glimpse of the magical creature. Instead, she saw something that shocked her even more. The backyard was a disaster. Everything that had been set up for the wedding had been destroyed in the storm. Fallen palm leaves covered the ground. The white folding chairs were caked with sandy mud. The beautiful wedding arch that the girls' mothers had made was ripped apart. Oh no, shouted Iris and Hannah together. Justin, I can't see your face. Come on, please. All right. Let's sit up. Let's read. All right. Thank you. The girls ran downstairs to the kitchen. They found Tutu throwing containers of food into the garbage cans. Tutu! Hannah exclaimed. What's happening? Everything is ruined. We lost power in the middle of the night, and all the food was spoiled. Your leis will have to be thrown out, too. She held up one of the leis. The beautiful pink and orange plumerias were now brown and wilting. Iris did her best to hold back tears. It doesn't make any sense, Tutu said, shaking her head. The forecast predicted a beautiful night, but that storm was awful. Hannah and Iris exchanged glances. Now what? Hannah asked nervously. The wedding is tomorrow. We have to start over, answered Tutu. Hannah and Iris's mouths dropped open. They both knew what they had to do. Get help from the menehune. Arriving at the banyan tree, the girls hoped to find the menehune, but instead discovered more of the same. What's the next word, Justin? Good. Small trees had toppled over, leaving broken branches everywhere. The cardboard box trap had been blown to one side of the banyan tree, while the stick and the string were on the other. There was no sign of the cookies or a magical creature anywhere. For a few moments, neither girl spoke. Finally, Iris broke the silence. What do we do? Hannah shook her head. Like Tutu said, we start over. What do you think they mean by start over? What does start over mean? Prepare what again? Good. Excellent. Oh. I have to go back. Why? Okay, next page. Tutu dropped Hannah, Iris, and Leilani off. Did you finish, Justin? Justin? I can't read with you singing over top of me. Tutu dropped Hannah, Iris, and Leilani off at the flower field to collect more plumeria and for the leis. The garden looked completely different from the day before. The trees were practically bare. Instead, petals and leaves were scattered all over the ground. This place looks really bad, too, Hannah said. Her voice quivered. I think this is our fault. Me too, asked Iris. Leilani overheard them. What are you talking about? We caused the... Good, said Hannah. Last night we caught a menehune. What? Asked Leilani. Hannah told her about their plan to get the work done more quickly. She described how they had built the trap and sneaked out to the house to check it at night. I think we made him angry, said Iris. Now he's punishing us and making bad things happen. Will Malia and Jay's wedding be ruined? Asked Hannah. Leilani chuckled and shook her head. Menehune aren't real, silly. Like Mom said, they are part of a legend. You probably caught a gecko in your trap. Do you know what a gecko is? Bihu is a gecko, right? Do you really think so? Asked Iris hopefully. I'm sure, replied Leilani. Now let's get back to work. There have to be some plumeria here that we can use for the leis. The girls sped up in search of fresh flowers, but it wasn't easy. I can't find any, Iris declared. I found some, Hannah yelled from somewhere out of sight. Where are you? Shouted Leilani. Up here. Hannah had climbed high up a tree and was stretching to reach some plumeria far out on a branch. Iris and Leilani ran over to the tree. Leilani yelled, Get down! It's too dangerous! I'm fine. Look how pretty these are. Hannah stretched her arm out toward the bright color petals. What do you think is going to happen, Justin? Oh, did you read the story? Oh, good. Snap! The branch cracked and Hannah started to tumble down. Thinking fast, Leilani moved underneath the tree to catch her sister. Thud! Hannah fell, knocking Leilani over. Uh-oh. What do you think's gonna... How do you think the fall is? Is the fall serious? I think Hannah's gonna have to go to the hospital. What do you think? What do you think? No? You think she'll be okay? Let's find out. Oh no, Iris cried. She ran over to Hannah and Leilani. They were both lying on the ground. Are you okay? Iris asked. Hannah slowly rolled over. She was able to move her arms and legs. I'm not hurt, thanks to Leilani. Leilani, she broke my fall. Iris looked at Leilani, who had tears streaming down her face. I think my ankle is broken, Leilani cried out. Oh! The author tricked us! I thought it was going to be Hannah that was hurt. But actually, who's hurt? Leilani's ankle is broken. Do you know where your ankle is? The back part of the foot. Good. Chapter 10. In the waiting room at the hospital, Hannah and Iris huddled together on a bench next to Tutu. Leilani and her parents were meeting with a doctor in another room. Tears filled Hannah's eyes. This is all my fault, she whimpered. Leilani's leg, the storm, the spoiled food, and the ruined decorations. I feel terrible. It'll be okay, comforted Iris. What? Tutu narrowed her eyes as she overheard them. How could all this luck be your fault, Hannah? Iris exchanged a glance with Hannah. Well, Hannah began, Tutu listened as the girls told her the whole story about catching a menehune. Oh, I see, Tutu said. For a long time she didn't say another word. Then she cleared her throat. I'm glad you girls told me what you did. Hannah, you know better. You should never leave the house late at night without getting permission from an adult. I hope you have learned your lesson. The menehune are not to be messed with. But Tutu, is there anything we can do to make things better for the wedding? Hannah asked with a sniffle. You already broke the rules, and we can't turn back time. But, Tutu gave the girls a stern look. From now on, cooperate and be good extra helpers. We have a wedding to save. Hannah's grandmother hugged both girls. One more thing. Put some more vanilla wafers out for the menehune. You have to keep them happy. But Leilani and the menehune aren't real, said Hannah. That what could it hurt? Asked Tutu. But Leilani said the menehune aren't real, said Hannah. What could it hurt? Asked Tutu. Iris and Hannah exchanged looks and shrugged. What can you infer about what the grandma is saying, what Tutu is saying? What can you infer? Leilani says the menehune aren't real. What can you infer that Tutu thinks? Do you think Tutu believes the menehune are real? Why? What clue from the text tells you that? Do you want me to ask the question again? Leilani does not believe the menehune are real. Justin, do you believe the menehune are real? No, neither do I. What do you think Tutu believes? Does Tutu believe the menehune are real? Then why do you say that? Huh? Show me the sentence that says she thinks Hannah is right. What do you mean no? Do you want us to read the page again and then you can see if you can find the sentence? Okay, so Justin, how can I help you? Answer the question. So that question tells you that she thinks that they're not real? So Tutu thinks that menehune are real. Ah, very good. Because she says the menehune are not to be messed with. Excellent. Good. Good inferring skills, Justin. Very good. Yes, she also says to put out cookies for the menehune. If she thinks the menehune aren't real, then why is she asking them to put out more cookies, right? Okay, next page. Just then, Leilani entered the waiting room with her parents. She was using crutches to walk. We have some good news and some bad news, Hannah's dad said. Leilani's ankle isn't broken, said her mom. Whew, Hannah sighed in relief, but it is badly sprained. She went on. It's wrapped in a tight bandage and she'll have to use crutches. Iris swallowed hard. What about the wedding tomorrow? How will she walk down the aisle? We'll decorate the crutches with some flowers, said Hannah's dad. We'll make the best of it. Hannah turned to her sister. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I know. You were trying to help the wedding, Leilani said. I forgive you. Hannah smiled. Iris began to feel better too. Speaking of the wedding, we have a lot of work to do, Tutu said. Wait a minute, Leilani interrupted. What about the hula? I won't be able to dance. Oh no, Hannah, it was our special gift to Malia and Jay. What are we going to do? Hannah wailed. Why can't she dance the hula? Justin? Good. No worries, Tutu declared. Iris can take Leilani's place. Uh-oh. All eyes turned to Iris. She felt her face heat up. No way, Iris blurted out. I can't do the hula. I'm a terrible dancer. There's no time for me to learn. The wedding is tomorrow. Please, Iris, begged Hannah. I can teach you. It's for Malia and Jay. Who's Malia and Jay? Who are Malia and Jay? Good. The ones that are getting married. The bride and the groom. The bride is the woman. The groom is the man, right? Iris was having trouble swallowing. How could she possibly learn a dance in one day? Nope, no way, can't do it, she repeated. Everyone was still looking at her. Iris could see sadness in all their faces. You can do it, Iris, said Tutu calmly. Then she whispered into Iris's ear, Don't forget that Menehune will help you too. Iris gulped. She didn't know what to do. I wish Rosie and Star were here to help me decide, she thought. Who are Rosie and Star? It's hard to remember. It's way at the beginning of the book. They're the ones in the Flower Girl Club. Okay? They're the friends she met at the Flower Girl Club. But she already knew what they'd say. All right, she said softly. Hooray! The family cheered. Hannah hugged Iris. Thank you. Don't worry, you'll be a great hula dancer. Iris wanted to believe Hannah, but she couldn't stop. She couldn't help worrying. Everything in this wedding had gone wrong so far. Okay, Justin, now it's your turn to read. Are you ready?